3 years ago, I stopped telling stories. Life changed. The stories paused and the cameras rested. Once a busy traveler who loved telling stories from different parts of the country and also different countries took a break, but today I'm back to tell you new stories. Behind me, you see a mountain. This is a sacred place in southern part of India called Tiruvannamalai. This place is so sacred and it is so powerful that they say you don't just come to Tiruvannamalai. When Lord Shiva wants to see you, he wants you to be here. That is when you end up in Tiruvannamalai and visit the Almighty. I am here to tell you the story of my journey from Hyderabad to Tiruvannamalai and the surroundings. What are my experiences here? So, welcome to Stories to Tell. This is episode 1 of my travel journey, Tiruvannamalai. I've been waiting to start my YouTube channel for a long time, but I kept postponing it. This time, I finally decided to just start, and I chose to begin from Tiruvannamalai temple. This trip is special for me because it's my first vlog. We started early from Hyderabad. It was a morning flight, so everything felt a little slow and quiet. At the same time, I was excited and also a little nervous. We've been planning this trip for almost 2 years now, but something didn't feel right. And sometimes things just didn't fall in place. I guess it's true when people say, when it is time, it is time. And here we are at the first leg of our journey. The flight was smooth, and by the time we landed in Chennai, the day had properly started. I must say, landing in Chennai is a favorite part of my flight. The coastal line, the tall buildings, and the lush green trees always feel welcoming. From Chennai, we started our drive to Tiruvannamalai. It is around a 4-hour journey. As we left the city, the roads became more open, less traffic, more greenery. We saw coconut trees, small villages, and local life on the way. The drive was actually very peaceful. There was no rush. We just enjoyed the journey. We reached Tiruvannamalai by afternoon, and you can immediately feel that the place is calmer compared to the city. Everything moves a little slower here. We checked into our hotel, Athena. The property is quite spacious and easy to access. They also have good parking space, which is helpful if you are traveling by car. The hotel has a swimming pool and a spa as well, so it's a good option if you want to relax during your stay. Our room was clean and comfortable. It had all the basic amenities we needed for a short trip. I also liked the overall vibe of the place. It felt calm and well maintained. And the best part was the terrace view, which I'll show you next. Tiruvannamalai is not just a place, it's a feeling. The Arunachala hill is believed to be the Lord Shiva himself. This is considered to be one of the Panchabhuta temples, which represents the element of fire. Devotees come here from everywhere to walk, to pray, and sometimes just to feel the energy. There is something about this temple. It makes you slow down, quiet your thoughts, and just be present and absorb all the positive energy it can emit. After an amazing darshan, we came back and had our dinner at A to B, which is the Adyar Anand Bhavan. Simple food, but it felt good after a long day. Their famous pongal and masala dosa were a must try. At the hotel, the next morning, Amma and I went to the terrace. We were really happy to see the view. There were green fields all around, and we could clearly see the Arunachala hill from there. It was a very calm and refreshing start to the day. Next stop, Sri Ramana Ashram. This place is also known for the Ramana Ashram, which is connected to the famous Ramana Maharshi. He spoke about self-inquiry, asking the question, "Who am I?" The ashram is a very quiet and peaceful place, and you can just sit there and feel relaxed. People from different countries also visit the ashram to meditate and to find themselves. Right opposite to the Ramana Ashram, there is a famous Ramana Cafe where you can see all the devotees and visitors sitting and sipping the local chai and also discussing about how life changed after visiting Tiruvannamalai. It's an experience not to miss. After a little bit of refreshment, we went to Satnur Dam. It's about 30 kilometers from Tiruvannamalai. A simple place with water, hills and open space. We spent some time there walking around and clicking few pictures. It was nice and peaceful. Next day, we started our journey back to Chennai. Honestly, it didn't feel like leaving so soon. We stopped at a local coffee shop on the way. I tried the vanilla Coca-Cola there, and it actually tasted like the Coke float we used to get at McDonald's. That was a nice nostalgic moment. Did you ever try the Coca-Cola vanilla flavor? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. We reached Chennai and stopped for lunch at Geetham Veg restaurant. You know, a restaurant is crowded when the food tastes amazing. While the flight was taking off, the city lights looked really beautiful. It was a nice way to end the trip. This trip was really special for me, not just because of the places, but because I finally started something I had been thinking about for a long time, and I'm really happy I did. If you enjoyed this video, do follow along for more travel stories. This is just the beginning of Stories to Tell. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.